So once again, these 5 fragrances can all be found on the website that I'm going to mention below. I'm going to mention that a little bit later in the video, so stay tuned to get this website. Thank you for clicking on this thumbnail. You could have been anywhere in this YouTube universe, as big as it is, but you're rocking with your boy, and I truly appreciate that. For those who don't know, I am Rico, and on this channel, we help you elevate to the highest version of yourself possible by utilizing the 3C philosophy. That's confidence, character, and of course, charisma. If that sounds good to you, go ahead and do yourself a favor, man. Go ahead and show that like button some love, hit that subscribe button, turn on bell notifications, come join this 3C lifestyle, because I can tell you, it's just different. And of course, one of the 3 C's out of the 3C philosophy is confidence, and one of the major ways to instantly build confidence is to get compliments, smelling your best and looking your best. And today we're going to talk about 5 fragrances that I think are perfect for this upcoming spring weather. So when it comes to fragrances, I mean, you typically can wear anything you want, whenever you want. But as you start getting more and more into fragrances, you'll understand that certain fragrances are better off for the lukewarm / warmer weather, and some are better off for the colder weather. Most of the heavier fragrances, what we would call gourmand scents, the real rich, heavier fragrances typically perform best in the winter months because heat typically amplifies your fragrance. So if you're wearing something that's really heavy, really ultra chocolatey or heavily sweet, and you get around the heat, it's just gonna amplify it. It's gonna be real cloying. It might even choke some people out around you. So that's typically why you wanna stay away from the heavier fragrances when it's hot. But hey, do you, wear what you want, when you want. You paid for it, right? Do what you wanna do. Now these fragrances, in my opinion, are really good for this spring weather. All of them, and once again, another fragrance rule, some people say fragrances are masculine, feminine. Honestly speaking, the majority of fragrances are unisex, believe it or not. That means both men and women can typically pull these fragrances off. Most of the time though, and just in my humble personal opinion, y'all frag heads don't come at me. I know a lot more women that wear typically male fragrances versus males that wear typical women fragrances. But once again, you can wear whatever you want, whenever you want. Fragrance is completely subjective, and you can do what you do. Do what you do, baby. Don't listen to me. Do what you want to do. You pay for it. It's yours. So once again, these 5 fragrances can all be found on the website that I'm going to mention below. I'm going to mention that a little bit later in the video, so stay tuned to get this website. Like I said, man, gas prices are pretty high right now. They're still pretty high around the country, so might as well save a little bit of coin. You know what I mean? Might as well smell good and save a little money at the same damn time. Shout out to Future. Anyway, with that being said, we're gonna move forward into these fragrances. Once again, don't forget, stay tuned to the end of the video. I'm gonna drop the website below. That way you could save money on these fragrances, okay? Because it's nothing better than to get 100% authentic fragrances and save money doing it. With that being said, let's move on to these 5 fragrances. This fragrance, absolutely stunning, amazing. I don't have the bottle. I can't find the bottle to save my life, and it's really bothering me because this is the perfect time to start wearing this fragrance, but I got the box. Musk Therapy by Initio Parfums. Oh, and the bottle is white too, looks just like the box. So Musk Therapy is a beautiful citrus, floral, musky fragrance that is amazing for this time of weather. I'm telling you, it's a projection magnet. It's a compliment beast. I've done videos back in the day that explained how the way this scent is formulated, and a lot of Initio fragrances are formulated, is to stimulate the pleasure hormones in the brain upon smelling them. So when you wear these fragrances, it's typically not unusual for you to get an extremely excited response from those who are smelling this fragrance. I mean, I'm not gonna go into the story again, but let's just say it was a great compliment I got whenever I wear this fragrance. I get amazing responses from it. Like I said, it's a very citrusy, bergamot on the top, white florals in it. It also has the musk and the dried. It's an amazing, sexy, alluring fragrance. Go ahead and check that out. Musk Therapy by Initio Parfums. The next fragrance on the list is a very seductive, masculine, sweet, alluring fragrance. It's typically described as the perfect white t-shirt, black leather jacket fragrance, and that's none other Yves Saint Laurent Y EDP. There is a Y Eau de Toilette, there is an Yves Saint Laurent Y Parfum, but right now in this video we're talking about the Eau de Parfum concentration. I think that is just heavy enough to wear in the lighter spring weather, but also light enough not to offend anybody if the weather heats up during the spring as well. I think it's perfect for both spring and summer fragrances, and sometimes in California especially, it was just triple digits just on the weekend. So, you know, you kind of got to be careful with these fragrances you choose, because at one point it can be triple digits and then go all the way down to the 70s. This is fruity, sweet, fresh, extremely long lasting projection monster. You don't need to overspray this thing. You don't need to put 16 sprays of this. I'm telling you, this is gonna fill up a room. You're gonna walk into an establishment and they will definitely smell you. Sillage is amazing. It projects off my skin about 2 to 3 feet for the first 2-3 hours. And it starts getting a little bit closer to the skin as that goes, but you can still smell it. It is very alluring. It is a compliment magnet, and it's not quite as popular and well known. It's definitely mass appealing, but it's not too popular to where the majority of people will be able to spot that out when they smell it. They're not gonna be like, oh, you're wearing Dior Sauvage, or oh, you're nothing wrong with Dior Sauvage. The reason why Dior Sauvage is so popular is because it's so good. But it's getting to the point to where the Versace Eroses, which I own, those things are getting to the point to where people can smell them and spot them out of a crowd. YSL is almost there in my opinion, but not quite. I haven't had anyone yet point that out and say, oh, you're wearing Y EDP? Hasn't happened yet, but I can tell you I've gotten major compliments. This is definitely a scent that you can dress up, you can dress down, and smell just as good and be just as complimented no matter where you go. Yves Saint Laurent Y EDP. The next one on the list is definitely one of my most complimented fragrances, especially for like the springtime. I've had this for about a couple years now and it never lets me down. Always a massive compliment getter. That's none other than Cedrat Boise by Mancera Paris. Look at the juice. Yeah, I put a dent in this bad boy. As I said before, this is a compliment monster. This is definitely masculine. I know women and men that can pull this off because of the fruity notes at the top. It's definitely feminine enough to get away with wearing for the women because of the fruit notes and the citrus at the top. And it's definitely masculine enough because those woods and that musk on the dry down definitely have a beautiful combination. Definitely long lasting. It is an eau de parfum concentration, so it's extremely long lasting. I get about 9-10 hours on my skin. If you spray it on clothes, you're gonna have to wash your clothes. I'm telling you, you're not gonna lose that scent until you literally take them to the cleaners or put it through the wash, maybe a few times. It is a very strong, masculine, amazing, fruity, woodsy compliment monster. Some people say it resembles Creed Aventus, like it tried to smell like Creed Aventus. I can kind of see where they're going with that, but I would honestly say no more than about 10 to 15%. But I can tell you, there's many more fragrances that smell a lot more like Creed Aventus than this one. This really does its own thing. It is its own person. It's a standalone fragrance, and you definitely want to make sure you have it in your collection for this spring. I'm telling you, it is an amazing compliment monster. Add this to your collection. Cedrat Boise by Mancera Paris. Next fragrance, I'm not gonna lie, man. I heard about this fragrance from one of my favorite fragrance reviewers, Buck from Big Beard Business. Let's get down to Big Beard Business. And he said this was the porcelain god, Mr. Steal Your Wife. This fragrance was none other than Silver Mountain Water by Creed. I would describe this fragrance as a super duper fresh, green, mood enhancing fragrance. And when Big Beard Business said it's Mr. Steal Your Wife, I can definitely understand, because the scent trail that this leaves and the sillage it leaves, when you walk past somebody, they're definitely gonna turn their heads on this one. It is amazingly fresh, and a lot of women love the fresh, mood enhancing type, aromatic, just airy type fragrances that catch the wind as you walk by. Also has an amazing green tea note on the dry down, and it's been known that scents like that, like green tea, enhance your mood as you smell them. So it just gets better and better as you wear it. It is definitely a crowd pleaser, definitely an amazing fragrance. And the cool thing about it is everybody knows about Creed, but what they really think of is Creed Aventus. They really don't know about Silver Mountain Water that much. It's not as popular. And I can tell you now, if you have Silver Mountain Water in your collection, nobody's gonna know what you're wearing. You're gonna smell amazing and mysterious at the same time. And I tell you fellas, that's an amazing combination to get them ladies interested, bro. I'm telling you. that mystery, and them scents, oh, trust me, trust your boy. That citrus, that mandarin orange on the top, as you can see, kind of a trend with a lot of these fragrances that are for the warmer weather. It's a lot of fruity notes, a lot of citrus notes, some wood, some musk in there. Really helps project and catch when the weather's hotter. So this was no different. I can tell you now, make sure, you might have to save a little coin for this one, but it's definitely worth it. Silver Mountain Water from Creed. Go get that. Last but not least, this fragrance I like to call the sultry suede seduction of, I can't think of any more S words, but bottle suede, and I couldn't think of any more words. I ran out of words. Anyway, amazing. I had to say this one for last. Herbapura by Xerjoff. Look at this bottle. Sweat, yes, that is definitely, this is beautiful. What is that, velvet? Now, out of all the fragrances that I listed, Herbapura, in my opinion, is the most beast mode out of all of them. It's also the most, if there was one that's feminine leaning, this one will be the most feminine leaning. And before you ultra masculine men jump in my comments talking about, oh, I don't want to smell like a girl, I'm gonna tell you now, brothers, fellas, there's a reason why females love fragrances that are feminine leaning. They can see themselves wearing it, therefore they can see themselves being close to it, therefore they can see themselves with it in their home. You follow me? Just saying, just take a tip from your boy. So like I said, this fragrance is ultra beast mode. 5-6 sprays max. So this fragrance is beast mode, compliment, monster. Monster. I'm talking about Shaq with the Lakers. Let's not talk about the Lakers. Sorry. I'm back. Anyway, long-lasting projection monster. If you spray this on your clothes, I'm telling you, if you don't wash that garment the next day, it will be there until you wash it. I don't care if it's a week or two later, you will pick it up and smell it. Fellas, that's a hint. You wear this fragrance around a woman and she has on any kind of article of clothing, a scarf or anything like that, you give her that embrace, you give her that warm embrace, she's definitely gonna be thinking about you until y'all see each other again. Mark my words. Definitely a fruity, citrus, musky paradise. Very sexy, very seductive. Women love it, men love it. Probably one of the best smelling fragrances I've ever smelled. No lie. Like, it blew me away. I sprayed it in the air when I first got it, did a little waft. I was like, cool, this is crazy good. Left, did some errands, came back and sat in the same spot. It still was lingering, the scent. It wasn't on anything, it wasn't on any kind of test strip or smell strip or card, it was in the air. So this is an amazing fragrance. It's definitely worth the money. It's not a cheap fragrance, but it is 100% luxury. If you want to smell like money, you want to smell like luxury, look at the bottle. I mean, the bottle says it right there. Definitely want to pick that up. Herbapura from Xerjoff. I know you guys have been waiting. I appreciate you guys for staying to the end, because those who did stay to the end are going to get a treat. Each one of these fragrances you can find on one of my favorite discount sites that is 100% authentic. I don't do fake shit, okay? Fast shipping. I can tell you most orders, if placed before 12 noon Pacific Standard Time, are usually shipped the same day, usually. So within 2 to 3 business days, these orders are shipped. Amazing customer service. I've even had to exchange some items and it was no problem at all. The email correspondence was quick. They got back to me right away. They even handled the credit as far as the difference in price. Amazing customer service. It's called FragranceUSA.com. FragranceUSA.com, and all 5 of the fragrances mentioned in this video can be found there. This is not a sponsored video. They did not pay me to say this. It's just because I love their service and I love their quality so much that I want to shout them out. I want my subscriber to save a little money too. Gas prices is higher than giraffe ass, so we want to make sure we save you a little bit of money while you smell good too. The link to the website FragranceUSA.com will be in the description below. And with that being said, we've come to the end of the video. Definitely appreciate you guys for rocking with me through the entire video. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share this information with anyone you think you could find this information useful. Those who like fragrances, go ahead and share them. Don't forget to follow the Instagram, KRicoPoppy. It'll be in the description below as well. And with that being said, to the next video, I love y'all. I'm out.